Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Counter-Side video. Alright, today's video we'll be talking about this Chloe's credit search. And I know a lot of you guys know the patch updates this week gives us these two new game modes, Innovation Setup, Chloe's credit search. Also they revamp, or rather they changed the side story and how it works now. You have to re-farm it again. It's good and bad at the same time because it's limited to how much stage you can do per day by gating you through this blueprint moment. But also, you do get to get some of these quartz back when you farm them all over again. So that's the good thing, I guess. But today's focus, let's talk about the Chloe's credit search and whether or not it's worth it for some of the players out there. I know this is going to be much more of a preference thing depending on how much you need credits, right? Now first things first, when you jump into the Chloe's credit search, you can have a look right here. There's 3 stages, 1-1, 1-2 and 1-3. Obviously you want to constantly farm 1-3. You should be at least doing them once so that you get the first clear to get the infos for sure. But 1-3 is where you want to farm if you're trying to get a bunch of credits. Now I know this stage can be a little bit controversial depending on whether or not you need credits. Now if you can look at my account right now, I currently already have 44 million credits. I haven't really farmed this stage much because of how much credits I have. Now if you are someone that lacks credits, right, if you have like 10 million credits, you can definitely consider farming here for sure. But for me, this is how I look at things, right? Let me just play through the stage as well while we're talking through this. There's a lot of stages that you can farm. Credits is the most universal thing in the game. Credits is universal in terms of everything needs credits. When you level up characters, you're going to need credits. When you craft gears using molds, you're going to need credits. When you try to convert your SAPT cores to Vision cores or anything, you're going to need some credits, right? And credits is always needed in every single part of the game, whether be it doing any small thing or just upgrading certain things like even your skills. Those are going to need credits for sure. But at the same time, it's also the most universal currency in terms of the stage, that every single stage you farm is going to give you credits. If you were to farm in the side story, it's going to give you some credits. Obviously not as much as this particular stage. If you farm in Innovation Setup right now, alright, you're going to get credits as well alongside with some bonus things. So it really depends on what's your priority right now in the game. There's no saying that, alright, you should be farming this stage or you shouldn't be farming this stage. I feel like this is going to be much more of a case by case scenario depending on your account. Alright, if you have like 50 million, 100 million, because I've logged into countless accounts before, alright, like the past 2 days, basically I've put on a couple of players, individuals accounts, and I noticed that everyone has at least 20 million credits in their account, which is crazy. Some even have 100 million. Like for those players, definitely there's no benefit in getting more credits unless you just want to flex. If that's your sole purpose in trying to flexing, I guess, sure, go for it, right? But in most cases, you don't really need that much credits. Right now for me, if I have the choice, I would prefer to farm in the Innovation Setup. Now again, this is also going to be much more of a controversial topic because a lot of players have been saying that this is not worth it for them. Why? Because these stages, you're going to get exclusive gears, so for any of the Alpha Tricks members. So Shinja, Gabriel Jun, you also get Osirum, Kim Cho-won and Lee Jin, right? And most of these characters, you don't really use them that often. For me, I would say Shinja's one is the most worth it because I personally do use Shinja a lot. I use her in almost every PvE content whenever I had the chance to, especially in the Danger Close or even in guild raids, right? But for the rest, like Gabriel Jun, occasionally this guy is up in PvP, so I figured, it's not too bad if you get him with this exclusive gear. You can basically have a stronger version of himself during that buff week. Same goes for Lee Jin. I've occasionally seen her being buffed, I think so far twice in the C server. But for Osirum and Kim Cho-won, I can see that this is something that not many players are that keen upon, farming this exclusive gear because you don't really use them that often. But yeah, let's just go through this stage once and I'm going to show you guys what you're getting right here, right? Now, as you can see, this stage, you're going to get like basically one character occasionally and you're going to get credits for sure, but you're also getting some currency and some of the appraisals as well, right? So you're going to get something in return in the forms of a different form of credits. It's hard to compare the value of everything equals to credits, but once you have too much credits, probably you need to start looking into getting the best out of your Eternium because every single... Here's how I look at it, right? Especially for me, someone that owns 44 million, 45 million credits. Every single Ethereum wasted here, so I know it only costs about 450 Ethereum for example. Every single Ethereum wasted here could be wasted elsewhere where it could definitely benefit my account more. For example, so right now, if I were to craft any of the gears, right now I do have plenty of these molds, right? As you can see, T6 Spectral Universal Mold. This is in the latest Shadow Hall. So if I were to craft most of these, I'm gonna need a bunch of this, the advanced gear material. Now if I want to farm the exclusive gear, look, I need plenty of high performance SOC. I'm also going to need even more advanced gear material right here, which is really crazy. This is a lot of, a lot of these things that I could be farming as opposed to getting more credits for my account, which I already have plenty to begin with, right? So that's something to think about. You gotta think for yourself and what do you actually need in the account, because I know a lot of players have come up to me and tell me things like, I've been playing this game since the day it launched and until now I only have like 2 skill haze set, or some even only have 1 skill haze set. So if you are in that situation, probably farming gears is going to be much more beneficial for your account overall comparing to farming the Chloe's credit search in general. I do get it that, this stage is going to be gone in 4 days left and you want to stack as much as you can. But ideally, if you already have a lot of credits to begin with, you probably don't need to stack that many. So one of my favorite stages to farm for a bunch of materials, the gear materials as well, is this particular one, Border City Security Management Part 3. Let me show you guys what you can get for 700 Ethereum, right? So you can see I obtained some gears alongside with 50,000 credits, right? That's like half of almost usually what I get from farming the Chloe's credit search. Usually there I will get about 100k, but also I get a bunch of other things as well, right? Including the advanced gear materials, which I strongly need right now to basically craft more gears. So yeah, this is just my personal opinion. Again, my account, I have 44 million credits goal. You might not have that much. You might only have 2 million, 1 million. If that's the case, you should be farming for more credits. Hopefully, you guys can stack as many credits as you can before the event ends. So let's jump into some strategy in case you are struggling. With 1-3, basically this is a strat that I've been running and it works pretty well. Definitely get me up to the 130 mark. No awaken at all, as you can see. So Liumi, we have Linsen with the best CDR you can possibly give her. So we have Yang Harem to basically stack even more of the skill haze, Rosaria, we have Xiaolin, we have Chifuyu afterwards. You need one more frontline. By the time Lin Xian might already have died. And then you will have basically Sylvia to stun and Xiaoyun to buff everyone. So let's jump into the battle, show you guys the strat. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys think that, this stage is worth farming regardless of how much credits you have right now. Do you guys think you ever need like 100 million credits in the future? As always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, give this video a like and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.